Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Melanie Griffin. Melanie is the business litigation and employment law attorney. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Melanie Griffin. Melanie, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me today. It's a pleasure joining you.
Thank you so much, Melanie. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to become an attorney, come entrepreneur? Okay, go for it.
I'm sorry, I don't think I quite heard your question. Can you just repeat that one more time, please?
Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to become an attorney
Absolutely.
and turns into entrepreneurship?
Sure. I am Melanie Griffin. I am based in Tampa, Florida. I decided to become an attorney at 8 years old. I dressed up for Halloween as an attorney that year, carried my briefcase, fake eyeglasses, the whole 9 yards, passed out the candy instead of trick-or-treating. And it was really ingrained in my blood from that point on. It was the way that I wanted to serve others and serve my community. And since then, I graduated from Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida, with my finance, business, and MBA and JD. And I then started practicing business law for 14 years. I am currently with the law firm of Shoemaker, Loop, and Kendrick in Tampa that is an AmLaw 200 firm. And I also own my own small business, Spread Your Sunshine, that is devoted to making inspirational products and then also providing consulting and keynote speaking on inspirational subjects, including mentorship.
So this is about time we are getting inspiration from a practicing attorney.
It's an anomaly, right? You don't usually expect that.
So how that transformation happened? So tell us more.
Absolutely. Well, a big part of it was that so many people invested in me as I was growing up that I wanted to give back to the next generation. And it became a point where mentorship was almost a second full-time job or a third full-time job, that I was practicing law full-time. I then had several mentoring requests and they were all one-on-one at that point. And I was involved in my community and certainly had a family and a lot of hats that I was wearing. So with that, I wanted to figure out how to best scale my mentorship and the advice that I was providing, because at a certain level, many new mentees have very similar questions in terms of how to start their career, common mistakes to avoid, etc. And so part of what we did with Spread Your Sunshine is to build out a blog where we have shared our resources, both written as well as webinars and podcasts and shows like this, so that we can share our advice and help scale that mentorship to serve more people. And then also help mentees that still do contact me with questions, tailor their questions to more their specific needs. And in that way, I can hopefully help effectively serve and reach more people.
Wonderful. That's a great. You're helping many others too at the same time. That's good, Melanie. Good on you. So based on your years of experience working on that, I'm going to ask some hard questions. I know you are as an attorney, you are used to ask some hard questions, but however, this is not your turn. You are only answering it. Okay. So is that okay if I ask you some hard question? I expect
my thinking cap is on.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So what are the top 3 mistakes to avoid in a business?
So that's a tough one. I would definitely say a couple of things I would think about. One, of course, you might have anticipated this given my commitment to mentorship, but one is a failure to seek out mentorship, to think that you have all the answers, or to believe that you're alone, because you're not. And in my mind, no question is too small. Oftentimes we need that feedback or a second brain or a 10th brain, whatever it may be, to help our dreams come true and make things even bigger than what we initially envisioned. So I would certainly think about that. 2, I would think about potentially, are you hiring too quickly and or firing too slowly? And I heard a great quote about this one time that said, if you're having a problem with an employee, would you hire them again today? If the answer is no, and there's no performance improvement plan that you could put them on that would help correct the problem that you're having with that employee, then more than likely that employee needs to go because for whatever reason, they aren't a good fit with your culture. So I would definitely think about that in terms of, do you have the right type of employee? Are you hiring the right type of team member? And then third is, and this has been such a tough lesson for me to learn, but do one thing well before you move on. And that's certainly a mistake that I have made in terms of a lot of times as business people, whether you be a lawyer, an entrepreneur, you're in finance, you're in real estate, whatever it may be, we are so passionate about serving our clients, our community, and others that we have a million ideas going on all the time, all at once. And we want to accomplish all those goals in tandem. And if you're ever going to do anything successfully and do it well, that is just not possible. So you may want to think instead about what is the goal or top goals that can actually realistically be achieved with the time you have this year. Achieve those, do them well, take a deep breath, and put the rest of your ideas in a parking lot or on a list so that you don't lose them and you have them for later, but that you're not trying to do everything well and therefore do nothing successfully.
Wow, Melanie, you are not as good as you think. You are better. You quoted very well said. So there's a lot of wisdom to learn from this. I wish we all can learn from this and actually implement so we don't have to do those mistakes. You learned it the hard way, I'm sure.
Oh, I made every single one of those mistakes. So that's how I had them. That's how they came to mind to share with you, for sure.
Yeah, wonderful. That leads to would you mind sharing your greatest failure story in business? And what did you learn from it and how did you recover from that?
I have so many, it's really hard to choose. One of them is that part of Spread Your Sunshine's mission is providing people with inspiration. And one of the ways that the company does that is by selling and creating inspirational products. I have oftentimes been someone that if someone asks me what my 5-year plan is, I'll tell you I don't have one. And I am in no way hiding the ball on you. I really don't have one. I like to say that I ebb and flow like the ocean, which is what makes Florida so perfect for me. And sometimes what that is good for is that it allows you to think quickly on your feet and to be pliable and to be really listening to your audience and what they're wanting from you. At the same time, a bad thing is that I tend to jump headfirst into things without fully learning about them or having the mentorship that I need. Hence, one of my top mistakes that I mentioned a bit ago. And so with that, coming to one of my bigger failures is that I, about a year ago, went to a trade show in Atlanta and I just didn't have the experience that I needed. And I had not done my homework. I had not sought the mentorship that I needed. And so therefore, I spent a very lonely few days in my trade booth with really no customer interaction or really anybody biting at that apple. And I was so frustrated by that on some levels. And yet what I like to do when I feel like I've quote unquote made a mistake, I don't like the word failure. I'm trying to think of a new English word to replace it, but I didn't dwell on it because I like to ask myself this question when I do have a big mistake like that, where you've spent all this time and energy and money getting ready for something, and then it doesn't seemingly pay off with the ROI that you're expecting. Did you do everything that you could to prepare for that project or moment? And sometimes the answer is yes, that we just aren't meant to do that project, or at least at that point in our life for whatever reason. But more often than not, you should not yet give up. You simply did not do everything you could do to prepare. And for me, that was certainly the case. And so a couple of things that I did to correct that significant failure is, one, I reached out to other people who were in the products business to find out what they do at trade shows. And they had some really insightful comments. Like, for instance, one of my friends, he said, text me a picture of your booth. Well, sure enough, he said, that's one of your problems. The way you have it set up makes it uninviting to even enter into, that the person who's at the trade show wanting to buy products from you may even feel uncomfortable entering into the booth, period, the end, because they'll feel trapped. So just little things like that were great advice. The other thing that I did was that I found a professional paper camp. It really is called Paper Camp, but it is a full-time or a 3-day intensive continuing education course that teaches product makers, specifically those who are focusing on goods like stationery related products, how to make and wholesale their products effectively. And part of that boot camp is trade shows and how to effectively sell and connect with vendors. And so I really worked hard on then making some corrections before I would go to another trade show, because I want to have a better experience next time, and didn't do everything I could have done the first time to have avoided that experience.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm in Atlanta. You shared Atlanta story. I thought there's something wrong with Atlanta. So, no, thank you. So,
well, I was actually in your backyard. I was at America's Mart in Atlanta.
okay,
I hopefully you will bring me better mojo next time I'm there.
Okay. Well, now you're prepared. Be
Now
careful.
I'm prepared.
Melanie.
Yes.
Melanie has arrived now,
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Melanie, so enough about your mistakes, enough about your failure story. Let's just change the side of the table. Let's get on your successes. So, what are the top 3 success secrets to gain us, revenue growth in a business, basically?
So one I would say is that this ties into me talking about, this idea of ebbing and flowing and being quick on my feet. But one is be willing to make decisions, embrace failure. It is inevitable that you are going to make, quote unquote, a mistake. Everything, no matter how much you prepare for it, oftentimes, if you haven't done it before, is a learning experience. And even if you have done it before, certainly this past year, we saw the marketplace completely change for a lot of businesses during the coronavirus pandemic. And so being willing to make a decision and move on versus stagnating your growth and your experiences by being unwilling to make a decision, I certainly think is going to help you. I would also think about number 2, as you might be able to tell from just this experience with me today, I love to bring the energy. And no matter how tired I am feeling or whatever is on my brain, I truly try to be present in the moment and make an experience that's enjoyable for the other person. And 3, and relatedly then, is that I think about every person and or thing in my life as a customer. And when I say that, I think of you, Siddique, as a customer. I think of every person who's watching this live social media show as a customer. I think of my son, my husband, my dog as a customer. But point being is, while I certainly don't do it perfectly, because again, we have to constantly grow and evaluate and learn from our mistakes, the majority of the time I'm able to channel that and think about what type of experience do I want to create for those who are with me. And hopefully once we finish our time together today, you'll think, man, that Melanie Griffin, I really enjoy being around her. She really is fun. I connect with her. She's authentic. She's genuine. And hopefully that's the customer service experience I leave you with. And if you can try and create that and channel that for each person in your life, it will really serve you well, because not then only will your community be well served, but you'll uplift your own person, because you're giving the experience that you want to have and how you want to be perceived as well.
Wonderful. Yeah, people buy, and they are buying the experience. That's exactly what that is. They want to experience the outcome of that whole process. That's what they're really paying you for. I'm so glad. You should. I don't know how good you are attorney you are. However, you're very good as a businesswoman. I can tell you for sure without even checking your bank account.
Hopefully.
No, but this is good. This is exactly what that is. It's a mindset shift. Someone, whenever you have the experience of exchanging the conversation, you want to give your best out of it. Otherwise,
absolutely.
You have a choice of not speaking with me. When you're speaking, be at your best. Be present. Be attentive listener.
Absolutely, and be prepared.
Be prepared. Yeah, Melanie, how the Growth Hacking Secrets community people are watching this now can support you?
You can visit spreadyoursunshine.com. We have several things available for you there. Number 1 being a blog where we have several additional resources that fit in so well with growth hacks on time management, failure, success. Those are some of our key drop-down menu items you can learn more about. We also have a 15% off coupon going across the top of our website that allows you to take 15% off of your first purchase if you are interested in any of our inspirational products that primarily consists of wrapping paper, stationery, positivity cards, and card holders and frames. And also, please feel free to follow us on social media. In addition to sending out a periodic newsletter where you get that 15% discount if you sign up, we also provide several of our materials via Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram, where we are at Spread Your Sunshine, the same as our website. And then we're on a fifth platform, Twitter, at sunshine_women.
Wonderful. At Spread Your Sunshine, SpreadYourSunshine.com.
Yes.
It's a great branding, by the way. SpreadYourSunshine.com. So
Thank you. Well, it's what we hope it's what we hope you're doing, that everyone is spreading their sunshine and allowing everybody to shine their brightest and see the best that they have to give.
Yeah, Melanie, while you're on many platforms, you don't want to ignore Clubhouse. You may have heard about it already. So are you in a Clubhouse yet?
We are on Clubhouse, and actually, I know you can find me there at Spread Your Sunshine didn't work because you were limited to 15 characters. So I know if you search for Melanie Griffin, you'll find me. I cannot remember off the top of my head what that exact handle is, but I need to be prepared. And speaking of being prepared, I need to figure that out for next time.
Yeah, wonderful. I am in a Clubhouse as well, and Meet Siddique. You can see it on your screen. It's the same ID on all social media platforms. Meet Siddique. Follow me, and I'm also on TikTok, by the way. So TikTok is really good for you as well, especially with Spread Your Sunshine concept-wise. Because so
absolutely, I can't wait to see some of your TikTok videos.
Absolutely, they are not that funny anymore. Just So we are about to wrap up. I'd like to have a few words about your quick review and testimonial for being a guest experience on the show. Here's my question: what would you say about your today's guest experience on the Growth Hacking Secret Show?
You have been a fabulous host. You made everything so seamless in terms of how you prepared. I especially liked the video that you gave me as a guest coming on, because then it allowed me to prepare my answers, some of them in advance. I know we had some conversational and surprise dialogue as well, but you made the project so seamless and also really are a model of how to automate systems, which I truly believe everybody should have as a growth hack. So the way that you handle your calendar, your efficiency with finding guests via LinkedIn and having help with that, as well as the way that you've automated your guest preparation, truly is a model. And I can see why you are the author of Growth Hacks and why that's something that you're passionate about helping others with in your community.
Thank you so much for your kind words. Really appreciate it. Melanie, what would you say as the final word?
I hope you keep spreading your sunshine, shine your brightest. We believe in you, so believe in yourself, because you are awesome. You are fabulously you and uniquely qualified to do what you do. And so believe in yourself, because you have a lot of cheerleaders who are believing in you and cheering you on.
Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will believe you. It starts with you, and that starts with spreadyoursunshine.com. Thank you so much, Melanie, for sharing your wisdom with us today. On the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team, we really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.